Hi, welcome to Number 4 Slides. Today we are coming up with a new session and current affairs session, and that is called as Lens. The Lens is latest events and news analysis. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ 15th September. So here in 15th September 2025 Monday, here is the first thing, the comprehensive documentation of Hexagona and tribute to Kondapalli Ramachandra Hegde. The first news is, and second thing is citizen petition, bringing panchayat areas under Karnataka Town and Country Planning Act 1961. So in 15th September, you have the important concept news. So next, news is so why news? ಏನಂದ್ರೆ it aims to record, preserve and save every aspect of Hexagona, an important folk theatre form of Karnataka. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಂಡಗುಳಿ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗಡೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಗೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಕಂಪರೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ Hexagona. ಸೊ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆನರ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಪರೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ Hexagona. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತು ಕೊಂಡಗುಳಿ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗಡೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ Hexagona ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಫೋಕ್ ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫೋಕ್ ಟೈಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾನ್ಸ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಅದರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋಕ್ ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಭೂತ ಕುಣಿತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕೋಸ್ಟಲ್ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ Hexagonದು ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ ಅದರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಫೋಕ್ ಡಾನ್ಸಸ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಸ್ಸಾಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಹು ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಗುಜರಾತ್ ಗರ್ಭಾ ಡಾನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್. The next important question, Hexagona is a favorite form of which Indian state? 9%. ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ in coastal Karnataka. Coastal Karnataka. So next question. The news ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಸಿಟಿಜನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ a group of citizens from various Karnataka districts has petitioned the state government to include panchayat administered areas under Karnataka Town and Country Planning Act 1961. Here is important. Citing rampant unregulated growth and corruption and lack of accountability in rural and semi-urban areas due to statutory capping current town planning laws. So ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು the important thing is here local bodies. Local bodies ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಾದ್ರೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ local bodies ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So local bodies introduced 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act implement ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ without the following reason given in citizens petitions bring panchayat areas under KPSC Act 1961. In the exam point of view, including state government exam KPSC, the basic year to the should not year. So answer ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು B. To regulate unplanned, unauthorized construction in panchayat limits, which currently fall outside the KPSC controls. So ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪೆಟಿಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ we should know about local bodies. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ basic article we know that under which constitution of India, which article allows citizens to move to Supreme Court directly for the enforcement of fundamental rights after using through public interest litigation. So ಈ process PI ಎಲ್ಲ ನಡೆದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 32. ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ 32 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ರೆಮಿಡೀಸ್. Constitutional remedies. Okay. So these are the basics you should know that. The next, the important topics under the 16th September 2025. So first is Supreme Court says arbitrary work changes but upholds act. The second, other is a part of statutes can be used by voters, says Supreme Court. Third important is pink tax. The fourth is amid an export surge and trade deficit comes down by 54%. Next is it is related to safety review of Chatham project. The sixth one is India secures ISI alliance to explore Indian Ocean for polymetallic nodules. The plan for second indigenous cheetah population in Madhya Pradesh. So important. The environmental concept is the very important. So again it is environmental geography. So JITCOM hypersonic cruise missile. So defense and science and technology. So these are the important news. The first question and related to work. So here in the work folder, Supreme Court says the work changes, but the force act remain. So why news? The Supreme Court says provisions of the Work Act, the 2025 related to collectors' powers and non-Muslim representation in workforce and drawing responses from both government and opposition. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಇದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ 1 year or 6 to 8 months usually we should know that so someone after the work fact 2025 Supreme Court ಆಗಿರೋ petitionಗೆ the CJI here going intervene ಆಗಿ the bench intervene and upheld some provisions and also put stays on some other provisions. So only how is it important question? So go through that question. Here is which one of the following statement correctly describes the Supreme Court's interim order on the Work Amendment Act 1995. The here answer is C. The certain key provisions like 5 year practicing Islam requirement have been stayed for the want of rules, while the rest of the act continues to be operated. So other what basics ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಯ್ತು the historical ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ Islam invasion and after that Mughals, Delhi Sultanates and British period. So ಅವಾಗಿದ್ದು work concept ಅವಾಗಿದ್ದು. But work from 1995 it made several changes and also made a work council. So next question. Which of the following statements about work for correct? These are basic questions here. Should know that work for correct. It refers to the irrevocable dedication of property by a Muslim for religious, pious, or charitable purposes. So important. The work board is a constitutional body to administer such properties. Okay? The third option is the central work council functions under the Minister of Minority Affairs. So here is answer is 1 and 3, but it is not a constitutional body. It is the statutory body. Statutory body. We should know the basics. The next important. So as per the Supreme Court recent directions regarding the composition of work institutions, which of the following is correct? The here is answer is A. The Central Work Council, the maximum 4 non-Muslim members out of 20, and state work boards, maximum 3 non-Muslim members out of 11. So number ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ KPSC especially KS the facts are the most important. So next, the important concept in news, the other. The other is a part of statute that can be used by voters, say Supreme Court. Supreme Court statute part ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಆಧಾರ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the Supreme Court affirmed that Aadhaar is a part of statute governing the right to vote and can be used by voters for verification during electoral represents ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. So other basics. So we should know that basic question is the recently Supreme Court Aadhaar can be used by voters. Consider the following. So Aadhaar is now backed by law passed by Parliament and it is compulsory for all voters to link Aadhaar with their voter ID. The voters can choose whether or not to use the Aadhaar for voting purposes. So which of the following statement is correct? The answer is 1 and 3. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ It's not compulsory. Okay. So voters can choose whether or not to use the Aadhaar for voting purpose. So next important question is, which of the following statement about the Aadhaar are correct? So Aadhaar is a 12-digit unique identity number used issued by UIDAI. So Aadhaar is a conclusive proof of Indian citizenship. So Aadhaar can be used as an identity and residence proof. So answer is one and three. So important is it is not a conclusive proof of citizenship. So these are key points important you should know that. So which of the following correctly describes the unique identification authority of India? So UID ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದು correct ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. So a constitutional body under the Ministry of Home Affairs and the statutory authority under the Ministry of Electronic Information Technology. So C is an executive committee of the Niti Aayog and a department of the Reserve Bank of India. The answer is simple. B. It is a statutory authority under the Ministry of Electronic and Information. So basics about order is covered here. The next is the PIN tax. So PIN tax ಏನಿಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ ವೈ ಯೂಸ್ here NCRDC National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission has ruled that companies must follow the fair pricing policies and avoid gender-based price discrimination, bringing attention to the issue of the PIN tax in India. So here news PIN tax, the real cost of gender-based pricing. So, so equality matters here. In the context of term, the pink tax, which of the following statement of the so basics, it refers to the extra amount the women are charged for the certain products or services marketed specifically to them. Next, pink tax is an official tax levied by the government on women's products. The concept highlights gender-based pricing differences in the market. So answer is one and three. So we do official tax. So companies are putting the taxes. So it is not a official tax. So next important is which are the following key features of the Consumer Protection Act 2019 relevant to unfair trade practices like differential pricing. So here it provides protection of consumer against the unfair trade practices. So you should know the Consumer Protection Act 2019. The basic thing about Consumer Protection Act is it provides the protection of consumers against the unfair trade practices. So second is the fourth important thing concept in news is the American experts are trade deficit comes down by 54%. So we know that the point of the economy, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ they may ask basic question what is trade deficit, what is primary deficit, what is fiscal deficit, should know that. So it is in news because the trade deficit sank by 54% to $9.9 billion in August 2025. So why this? Because of the export growth and reduced import. So the here is the question: if a country's trade deficit decreases by 54%, what does it usually mean? Trade deficit 54% ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ but it means the country exports have grown or imports have reduced. So these are basic questions here. The answer is B. The next important basic question ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು which of the following pairs of terms and their correct meaning are correctly matched? So what is the revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, primary deficit, trade deficit? So they might ask such type of question basics. The answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. The next is applied question. Here is a sharp decline in India's trade deficit is most likely to lead to which of the following there. The here is macroeconomic stability and support for rupee is the like this process leads and sharp decline in the India's trade deficit. These are the basics economy. ಇದರ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Next, ecology point of view, the safety review of charter project. Here is why use experts like ecologists have appointed by the Supreme Court raised the environmental concern about the charter project and suggested reassessment and modified DPRs to avoid landslide this can large scale field felling in Uttarakhand state sensitive zones. So Uttarakhand ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ ಫ್ಲಡ್ ಅರ್ಥಕ್ವೇಕ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ because it is earthquake zones and also due to the environmental factors and man-made disasters are also the main reason. But here the first question regarding disaster, which of the following statement about the Charna project is right? So it is an all-weather road project connecting Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath, and Badrinath in Uttarakhand. So here, Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath, and Badrinath. These are the most all-weather road project that is related to Charna project. So it was initially approved in 2016 with an estimated cost of over 12,000 crore. The next is the project is being implemented by DRO. Here DRO comes under which ministry? Ministry of Defense. So answer is 1 to 3. The next important is which of the following key environmental concerns associated with charter project? Any key assessment or like environmental concerns are related to the uniform road rating and without slope specific assessment causing slope destabilization. That is the basic question. Simple. The next landslides and next is India secures ISAL means International Seabed Authority license to explore Indian Ocean for polymetric tourism. So International Seabed Authority basic you should know that. Why in use the example is India has obtained a contract from the International Seabed Authority to explore the Carlsberg Ridge in the northwest Indian Ocean. A location it comes in northwest of Indian Ocean. The next thing is what are the polymetallics, the sulfur nodules, and which are rich in critical minerals such as manganese, cobalt, nickel, and copper. So here it also the India gets license to score new part of the Indian Ocean for precious metals. Should know that. The important question is which of the following correct regarding the India's agreement with the International Seabed Authority in 2025? Here, the answer is we know that the India's first global license for exploring polymetal nodules in Carlsberg region. Carlsberg region that's in Indian Ocean, northwest of Indian Ocean region. Now, the other important thing is so, other international seabed authority, it is governed under UN class. Means ISA is a intergovernmental body established under UN class. The head of the ISA the headquarters in Kingston and Jamaica. And the year of the establishment 1982. So that is the basic question. The next thing is the polymetallic nodules found on the deep ocean floor are primarily rich in chocolate following. So here these polymetallic nodules are rich in manganese, copper and cobalt and nickel. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is the answer. So next is the Carlsbad region. The basics which are the news places. So sometimes say map based questions are which of the following statements about the Carlsbad region are correct? Here it is located in the Atlantic Sea and in the northwest of Indian Ocean. We discussed and it forms the boundary between India and Arabian tectonic plates. Yes, and it is part of the mid-oceanic plate system in the Indian Ocean. So answer is 1, 2, 3. The similar questions many times asked in many exams. The next question. Again, it is important in the point of ecology and environment. So, the plan was second indigenous cheetah population in Madhya Pradesh. So, why news? The Madhya Pradesh plans to introduce a female cheetah into Gandhi Sagar sanctuary to establish a second indigenous population, complementing the existing cheetah population in Kuno National Park. So now both the first cheetah introduced by the Kuno National Park. Both the National Park and Gandhi Sanctuary were the Madhya Pradesh. So we should also know the which river crosses these national park or sanctuary. That is Chambal River. So again specifically in Kuno National Park, that is Kuno River. Is a tributary of Chambal River. So, ಯಾವ river ಯಾವ national park pass ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. The next is which of the following statement about the Gandhi century is correct? So we discussed it is located in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan border, and it has been identified as the second site for India for establishing a viable cheetah population after the Kuru National Park. So answer is both one and two. Again, cheetah news and the baby cheetah. Recently, it is grown up very well. The next is basic side ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ the cheetah's status ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ. So ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು vulnerable status. The next question, in the point of basic question, in the point of ecology and environment, yes, so vulnerable, the endangered, critical endangered, extinct, wild and extinct. So answer is we know that answer is A. It is all part of the basics. The next, zircon, the hypersonic cruise missile, the main use. So zircon is ಏನು? That is the first question is hypersonic cruise missile. The second, the Russia recently announced that it had fired a Zircon hypersonic cruise missile that targeted in Bering Sea. So, the question is, Zircon missile recently in use developed by which country? That is Russia. So, it is basically it is designed to be launched from both surface ships and nuclear submarines. They will ask the facts about that missile. The name is INS Recon is news. Why news? INS Recon, the maiden land bilateral maritime exercise between India and Greece was recently staged by INS Recon, which called at the Slamis Bay, Greece, and during its deployment to the Mediterranean Sea. So here is which are the following statement about the INS Recon are correct. So here is it is a colorectal guided missile reprised of the Indian Navy, and it was built by Anchor Shipyard in Kaliningrad, Russia, and it operates under the Western Naval Command of the Indian Navy. The answer is 1 to 3. So again, the basic question is INS Recon, the commissioned in Indian Navy, it over 2013 at Kaliningrad and Russia. So one more question. During recent deployment of the in Mediterranean Sea, which of the following activities are undertaken by INS Recon? So it is participated in the Indian Maritime Sea, Indian Greece, bilateral maritime exercise, Solvency Bay. So ನಮಗೆ depends on the science and technology point of view. We should know about the missiles. So ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ INS Andrew. Why news? Indian Navy has recently received the INS Andrew, the second indigenously built anti-submarine warfare salad watercraft, the constructed by Gordon Reef shipbuilders engineers in Kolkata. Sometimes, ಅದು ಯಾರು ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So, the question number one, which of the following statement about the INS Andrew are correct? Here is the second indigenously built anti-submarine warfare salad water craft. So it was constructed by Gordon Reef shipbuilders and engineers. It is located in Kolkata. It is named after an island in the Andaman and Nicobar. So here is answer is 1 and 2. The second significance. What is the significance of Andrew in the Indian defense sector? The here is it showcases over 80% of the indigenous content promoting Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense security. So Atmanirbhar Bharat and indigenous product, so most important concept. So INS Andhra belongs to which of the following categories are Indian naval vessels. Here is it is an anti-submarine warfare shallow water tank, and second of the 8 ships built by the GRC. So we are basic to should know about that. Again in use the 17th September concept. So here GST 2.0 regulatory labeling not managed for existing stocks. The again is Tanzania has large scale solar ash mining project at Lake Natron. So geographical point of view and IR in the point of IR. And Karnataka clears land acquisition for Upper Krishna project. Again is Krishna River water related. The India signs MOU with the ILO to enhance global job opportunities for youth. The ILO in use. Next is the rare red coral, the cooked snake sighted near Pilbit Tiger Reserve after 89 years. Again, Archaeologists of India revises Saranath claim and predicting local runner for sites discovered or the UNESCO nomination. In the point of art and culture, ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ದ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ರೀಚ್ 2025 Singapore. So the military exercise, again it is novel or air exercise. Many times the direct basic questions are repeated in exams. The PM lays the foundation stone for polypropylene plant at numerical refinery in Assam. So economic geography point of view, so important. So next we are going to deal with first answer, the GST 2.0. Here, the Ministry of Finance, the tariff that under GST 2.0, relabeling of drugs and medical devices issued before September 2020 and 2025 is not mandatory. Though revised maximum retail price list must be issued to dealers and retailers. ನಮಗೆ ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ GST ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ GST 2017 ಜುಲೈ 1 ಅಂತ GST ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ GST ಸ್ಲಾಬ್ಸ್ ನ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆ ತರ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ which of the following correctly reflects the Ministry of Finance clarification regarding GST 2.0 on drugs and medical devices in September 2025. The answer is the relabeling of drugs issued before 22 September 2025 is not mandatory. But revised MRP list must be provided to dealers and retailers. So next, again, the important concept is the basic question: which of the following constitutional amendments and inserting provisions for goods and services tax in India (GST)? So again, it discusses one amendment Act 2016. I mean, most of the times repeated in many exams. Amendments could be 102 amendment, constitutional amendment 102, 103. You know that NCBC. So again, EWS. So 104, 106 amendment are important. So we should know that the basics. So 100 amendment was passed. That is what related to NJAP. So 1990 NJAP. There are some provisions are some places are exchange between Bangla and Bangla countries. So we should know that again very important amendment. So with reference to GST Council, consider the following statements. It is chaired by the Indian Finance Minister. Its recommendations are guided on the Union states. It includes the Union Minister of State for Finance and the Finance Minister for the states. Again, basic question. Which of the following statements is right? The answer is 1 and 3. So next, which of the following are the features of the GST system in India? Here it is important question. It is most of the times repeated in many exams. It is a destination based indirect tax. Again, it is subsumed most indirect taxes like excise duty and service tax and VAT. And it is levied by the Indian government. We know that GST itself are three types. One is CGST and state GST. Again, is integrated GST. So, 11 is not only by the center, it also by the state government. Answer is 1 and 2. Here next, Tanzania. So it is usually the main question. The important is the Lake Natron located in Tanzania. Lake Natron is located in Tanzania. So in the news the Tanzania has soda ash mining. The world's lesser plains. Again, two concepts: lesser plains, world's soda in New Zealand. So here is first question: which of the following statement best describes the ecological link between Lake Natron and wetlands in India regarding lesser plains? So here is answer is A. Lake Natron is the only site where lesser plains breed and large scopes migrate to India and run of Kutch. Though how run of Kutch they migrate to. So here is the savory mud flats and summer lake for feeding. So around summer lake Rajasthan. So here migrate. So answer is A. So here, next question is which of the following statement about the lake Natron are correct? So here is we discussed already. It is a salt lake and located in Tanzania, Kenya water. The again important is it forms part of the Eastern Rift Valley. And next is it is fed mainly by the USO Interior River in Oceania, India. So these type of basics questions should arise in exams, especially facts and places in use. Here answer is 1 and 3. 1 to 3. The next, again it is in use since many years and also it emerged today. Now, Karnataka case land acquisition for UKD. UKD is after Krishna project 3. Why news? So here, enabling the rising of the Almaty dams, the height from the 519.60 to 524.256 meter. So ಇದರಿಂದ ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ ಹೈಟ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನೇಕ ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಆ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ is with reference to the Upper Krishna project, best we consider the following statement. Here it aims to raise the height of the Almaty Dam across the Krishna River in Karnataka from 560 meter to 524 meter. Oh yes. The next here is important again another thing is Almaty Dam another name. You know this name. This Lal Bahadur Shastri Dam. Lal Bahadur Shastri Dam. Is name written on the page. So next, the project is intended to enhance irrigation potential in drought-prone districts, such as sometimes district also mentioned the last year in the exam. Now, Bijapur, that is now it is called as Vijaypur, and Bagalpur, Raichur, Koppal, and Gulbarga are Kalpurdi. Here, the Almaty Dam, and it operations are governed by awards after Krishna Water Dispute Tribunal 1 and 2. Here, answer is 1 to 3. The next important question is again basic question. Which of the following districts will mainly benefit from the UKT3 rising the Almaty Dam height? So here important is Bijapur, again it is Vijaypur, Bagalpur, Raichur, Koppal and Kalpurdi already discussed. And next is which of the following dams belongs to UKT project number? So other important dam will matter the Almaty Dam and Narayanpur Dam. It is also called as Basavasagar Dam. So that is also important. And India signs MOU with the ILO to enhance global job opportunities for youth. So ILO means International Labour Organization. We know that. Here, with reference to MOU signed between India and the International Labour Organization in September 2025, which of the following statement is correct? ಏನಿದೆ MOU ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ these are the important point. The MOU aims to develop an international reference classification of occupations and to standardize and compare job roles by and skills and qualification levels. Again, this includes pilot studies on sectors like green, digital, and care. Again, it was signed by Geneva, and India is funding 2-year feasibility study 2025 to 2024. This. Again, it obligates all Indian states to immediately align their occupational classification system with the new international standard. So here important is first three. The answer is 1 to 3. The next question with reference to the International Labour Organization, consider the following statement. It is a specialized agency of the UN and created in 1990 as a part of the Treaty of Versailles. So after the First World War, it emerged. Again, treaty is important. The next is it is headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. The next it works on the tripartite structure, bringing together governments, employers, and workers. And at present, 187 member states and aims to promote decent work, social justice, and international labor standards. So answer is 1 to 3. Again, the rare red coral and kukri snake sighted near Filbert Tiger Reserve after 89 years. So, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು user request species. That's also important. Here, Filbert Tiger Reserve, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Important in Uttar Pradesh. So, about they asked about red coral kukri snake with reference to recently discovered. Consider the following statements. Here, it is non-venomous and nocturnal means night lower and also it's like name of the cookie shaped curved teeth. So cookie shaped curved teeth. And again, it is known distribution includes Himalayan countries, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, and Sikkim and Western Assam and parts of Nepal. So it is listed in Schedule 4 of the Wildlife Act 1972. So that is the basics important. Again, it is an arboreal species mostly found in mangrove forest. The answer is 1 to 3. So, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರೋ ಫಾರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಉತ್ತರಾಖಂಡ್ ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ some part of Bihar and West Bengal. The next important is which of the following statement about Pilvi tiger is correct? So here is it is located in Uttar Pradesh as we know that and Indian neighbor border. And again Gomati river originates in this reserve and other rivers include Sata, Chuka and Malak River. And the reserve hosts dense sal forest, we know that sal forest, and tall other grasslands, swamps and savannas set by the river lakes. So again, Saga Dam, about 22 kilometers long, lies on its boundary. So one question is we are getting more than four answers and four answers. Here is answer is about all 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, is Archaeological Survey of India and revises Sarnath Lake and crediting local rulers for site discovery award the UNESCO nomination. So recently UNESCO nomination under New Zealand. So again important point is here is ASI of Egypt is set to revise the lake at Sarnath and crediting Babu Jagat Singh's family to recognizing the site's archaeological importance in 1787-88. So next is this challenges the British-centric narrative that credits Mr. Duncan and Colonel Mackenzie and comes ahead of India's nominations are the UNESCO votation 25-26. So most important basic question is thus with reference to Sarnath Lake, the recently news which of the following statements are correct? In the mind of art and culture, we should know about this. Stupas, so Sarnath Lake or other stupas was immersed many years ago before modern also. So again, the Archaeological Survey of India has decided to revise the plaque that at the site, crediting Babu Jagat Singh's family for recognizing its archaeological importance in 1788. Again, it is located in the province of Uttar Pradesh and associated with Buddhist Post Dharma. Next, Sarnath has also been nominated by India for the UNESCO World Heritage List 25-26 and contains Ashoka Pillar and part of the Indian national anthem. The site has connection not only with Buddhism but also with Jainism. So yes, again answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. So again basic question, we know that with reference to Ashoka Pillar at Saranath, consider the following statement. We know that Ashoka Pillar contains the lion capital of Ashoka Pillar and adopted in national emblem in 1950 and wheel dharma, the Buddhist first temple and Dharma Chakra. Next, Ashoka pillars were originally made of the sandstone and quarries of Chinar, Uttar Pradesh. The pillar at Sarnath has both Buddhist and Jain symbols. So answer is 1, 2, 3. This is the repeated question, basic in many times UPSC KPSC. This question arises. Next important is INS ISTAR participated in exercise the Pacific Rim in 2025 in Singapore. Here is with reference to INS ISTAR, consider the following. So it is the indigenously developed design guiding support vessels of the Indian Navy. The again is it was commissioned in July 2025. The built by Hindustan Shipyard Limited, Visakhapatnam. So again, it functions as a mothership for deep submergence in rescue vessels. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ should know that 1, 2, 3 answer. So again, they ask in the exercise specific held in Singapore the basic questions. Whenever in the again important is the PM laid foundation stone for polypropylene plant in Numaligarh refinery in Assam. Again in Assam, other petroleum refinery model ಇದೆ ಯಾವುದು Digboy. Is that Digboy? So next, why news? So Prime Minister laid the foundation for polypropylene plant in Assam. So next year, with reference to numerical value, which of the following statements are correct? That it is located in Golgat, Assam, popularly called the Assam Apat refinery. Again, Assam Apat in the point of quality is different. It is 1985 Assam Apat. So citizenship related that is. Here is NRL is a key public sector undertaking in northeastern region of India and it is expanding into the petrochemical production through establishment of polypropylene plant. The answer is 1, 2, 3. Next is polypropylene is used. So basics, what is polypropylene? So it is a thermoplastic polymer produced by adjacent polymerization of propylene belonging to the polyolefin family. So again, its properties are mentioned is important. The low density and the lightweight material and resistance to chemicals and heat. high and commonly used in packaging, medical products and cleaning equipment and electrical installation. And completely non-flammable and recyclable. So it's not option 4 is wrong, answer is 1, 2, 3. So next, here we conclude this session. The upcoming sessions will inform soon. And thank you.